my name is Tao, and if you're anything like me, you've probably been greeted by this problem, if you can call it that. This problem is this entire page looking like it just got pulled out of an elephant's arse. In fact, that would probably be insulting shit, because this is an entirely new order of magnitude above shit. So, if the title of the video isn't completely obvious, I'm going to quickly show you how to remove it. Okay, so let's get into it. This fix is going to cover fixing this issue in Firefox Quantum as well as Google Chrome, two of the browsers people are probably going to be using today. I do not have a Mac, so I will not be able to show you how to do it in some of the other browsers, nor do I want to install that software for reasons I won't be disclosing right now. Okay, so to get rid of this, it will involve, unfortunately, you have to look at it for another couple of seconds. I'm first going to be showing you how to do it in Firefox Quantum. It's very easy, and doesn't really require too much technical knowledge, as long as you just follow what I do in the video. Okay, so first I'm going to be showing you how to fix it on Firefox Quantum. The following steps that I'm going to say right now will apply to both. You are going to require to have a YouTube video opened, or the YouTube page. I haven't tested it on the home page, but it should work exactly the same. The point is, it needs to be on YouTube. It cannot be Google. It has to be this little domain right here, which is www.youtube.com. You might have your country code after that. I would recommend just going to the generic .com if you have your country code. For example, in my case, .au, I would recommend just going to .com. Once it's loaded up, pick any random video to ensure you get consistent results. And on Firefox Quantum, these steps will apply to Firefox Quantum, the following steps at least. We'll click this little button here. We'll go to Web Developer. We'll click this little wee button right here. If you don't have that button, or you don't want to do that, say you want to be edgy, you can click this little thing here and go Inspect Element. So say if you're on an older version, I cannot guarantee that this will work, or a newer version, I also cannot guarantee this will work, and I cannot guarantee that YouTube doesn't completely remove the new layout from their servers entirely, which is a big possibility. Anyhow, if you're on a newer version and that button doesn't appear, you could try doing this. But either way, hopefully the buttons are about the same on the newer versions as you watch this video inevitably in the future. We're going to need to go to storage when this comes up. After we went to storage, we're going to need to expand cookies. By default, a lot of the time this is already expanded, but in my case it was at least. We're going to need it expanded, and then we're going to click, so that's by clicking this little arrow right here. And we'll click this. We'll go to Pref, which I believe stands for Preferences. It should say under the domain youtube.com. And what we're going to need to do here is go into here. And then what we're going to need to type in is the following code. Keep in mind, do not remove the code before this. It can cause undesirable outcomes in the page. Nothing you can't correct, but it might mean the page forgets a couple of settings. For example, your language preferences and whatnot like that. So we'll paste in this code, and the code should be and F6 equals 2418. We're going to click enter, click the refresh page button, and magic. All of a sudden, the old layout is back. No extensions needed to be installed, no possibilities that it might leak your data or stuff like that. It's just a simple configuration option in the cookie. And yeah, that should get rid of it for you. So I hope this helps you in Firefox Quantum. And now I'm going to get on to the folks that use Chrome. Okay, on Chrome, it's a very similar process. We can either go up here, click this, go to More Tools, and click Developer Tools, or we can click here and do Inspect. However, do not click View Page Source. Once again, just want to drill us home. You have to be on the YouTube domain, and I'd recommend being on a video just to make sure you get consistent results, just in case something changes in the future. We're going to click Inspect, and once again, remove your country code where if you do have it, or if it's applicable. It's recommended to get rid of it when you can. Okay, so what we're going to do now is go into Application, Cookies, and you're probably getting the hang of this now, and we're going to go to Pref, and we want to do exactly the same thing. We want to input our little bit of code at the end of this and click enter. Of course, I've already done this, so hardy ha ha. And once again, that will verify that we're actually through here. So yeah. Lastly, it would also be recommended that you save the code to a file on your computer somewhere. In this case, it's just on my desktop for example purposes, so you could store it in a more appropriate location. And yeah, just put it in here, and so if you ever decide to utilize a new browser, for example, or you reset your cookies, which is a common practice that some people do if they're on slow computers or believe that their cookies are having a negative impact that they don't want, they might reset all of their cookies. Or even if it was an accident. Either way, it's always good to have a backup of something, and rather than coming to this video each and every time that you're probably going to forget about, don't worry, I'll forgive you. You can have it stored on your computer somewhere and utilize it whenever you feel like it. Now, because this is just a preference, it's not an actual style sheet that you could create, that maybe someone could create an extension or something for that in Firefox in the future. I believe in Chrome, rather biased, but in Chrome, I believe that extensions cannot modify official Google sites such as YouTube or Google itself. I might be wrong about that. I'm not a Chrome web extension developer. I don't know these things. However, I have heard it from some people that are, it might have changed by now, that that is not the case, or that is the case. So because this is not an extension, it is just essentially telling the YouTube server, oh, hey, buddy, I'm using this layout, so I need to be fed this data for that layout. If they decide to remove that from their servers, well, this isn't going to help you anymore. But for all intents and purposes, because it likely won't use up much space in their servers, they're probably not going to do that. And I haven't iterated through all of these numbers here. For all I know, you might be able to get a like 2006 YouTube theme out of this. I haven't actually tried, but one thing I have noticed is a correlation between this number existing and the YouTube theme directly being replaced with the older theme. So, and yeah, if you've messed around with these numbers a bit, you actually find it gets you different themes, like the night theme and stuff like that. So, yeah, very interesting. It's probably a build number for the theme. I haven't really checked that out. So, I hope this helps you in your future endeavors, and yeah, have a good one.